Top 2 of the week is Jan's shorts.
Who wears Jan's shorts?
Ooh. Look at my blonde ambition.
Flip it.
Pin me like one of your French girls. I'm glad that I'm not going to be editing the cold open.
Hello, hello, hello. It's Eliza.
And Sam here to recap episode 7 of season 12 of RuPaul's Drag Race.
As usual, we will be discussing details from Friday night's episode, so there will be spoilers ahead.
And make sure you stick around to the end because we will be recapping our scorecard of how all the queens are doing this season.
So the maxi challenge for this week is Madonna, the unauthorized Rusical. And we love a Rusical episode.
And the girls are left to their own devices to decide who gets to be which Madonna.
They were. That was interesting. It looked like everything went pretty smoothly. There was only a few people who maybe weren't happy.
It seemed like Jackie was kind of the de facto leader, giving out roles, and when people were asking which role they wanted, they would look to Jackie.
Gigi really wants cone bra.
I really want cone bra Madonna.
I mean, we may have to rock, paper, scissors that.
Jan didn't want to go first, which was really funny because Jan was like ready for this challenge.
I feel like early Madonna, Jan, is like, you're the only one I think of out of us who can make that actually sound good.
Thank you. No, I just don't want to go first.
And we're getting choreography with Jamal Sims.
Jamal Sims, we stan. We always love his episodes whenever he's there. So here we are at the actual Rusical Madonna. And first up, we have simply Jan as early Madonna.
With a name like Madonna, I could be a saint or a sinner.
Even her rehearsal was fantastic. Of course, we know Jan can sing, we know Jan can dance. And can I just say, those shorts were a delight. And then obviously her performance did not disappoint. It was amazing.
Won't stop till I'm a winner.
Her performance was everything she said it was going to be, everything we had hoped it was going to be from her. We were looking for a breakout performance from Jan, and tonight was it. Yes, Jan, go, work.
It was effortless. I think it was so effortless, you almost didn't appreciate that she was performing.
The expectations were higher, and I think she was held to a higher standard.
Jackie was boy toy Madonna. Her performance was just a little too cutesy, I think, for the like a virgin vibe at the beginning.
Just like Marilyn, I had material girls.
It was cute, but it's a high caliber, and you could tell she was not at the top. Let's move right on to Gigi Good.
Gigi Good was the unapologetic Madonna, and she was really nervous at the beginning, and then she turned it out. She did a great job.
Haters criticize my blonde ambition. Double standard, is it 'cause I'm a woman?
Gigi, from the rehearsal to the performance this week, was our red herring. She was shown like shaking as she was recording her vocals, and turns out was never a problem.
And of course she looked gorgeous, but I mean, obviously. Cone bra Britta.
Cone bra Britta. Now Britta fought for this role.
I think that she did a good job. I think it was funny. She can sing. The deep parts were absolutely hilarious. I thought that worked really, really well.
But gay men are the ones who intrigue me.
I should have been born one myself.
I'm not sure what about cone bra Madonna specifically she wanted. Maybe it's just such an iconic Madonna look. I felt like, especially because it was drag, they maybe even could have been really exaggerated.
Something about Britta's performance seemed to be off. I think the judges saw it. I really just think the stress of this competition does not work well with Britta's style of drag.
Oh my God, Jada.
Jada!
Okay.
Jada, as you just wrote down, sex Madonna. Is that the actual Madonna she was?
So we don't necessarily have to say it like sex Madonna.
Yeah, we
She
might
was,
as well.
whatever. She was sex Madonna, erotica Madonna. It was funny because she was giggling at first. She was kind of nervous because Jada did seem very sexy up until that point. So I was a little surprised that she was nervous.
It's ironic that Jada is the trade of the season and finding it hard to be sexy.
But then I thought about it and I thought, you know, Jada maybe has been more glam and polished of a persona as opposed to straight up sexy.
Maybe she's not the trade of the season. What if I'm the trade of the season?
In this performance, oh my goodness, she went for it. I was like, it is hot in here. She was sexy. She was giving us body. Her and the backup dancers were just, woo, oh my goodness.
Whips, bare nibs, not just the tips.
As always, she's consistently performing, but hasn't really been in the top since the beginning. Crystal,
enlighten Madonna. She sort of has kind of like a kooky hippie vibe, and it worked perfectly. Like, she was just adorable. The hairography flipping around, and then when she kept singing the line over and over again.
When she decides to seek God and put it in her song.
She was one of the weakest singers of all of them and still just turned it out, put her personality fully into it. The first couple weeks we were saying, Crystal's gonna have to either show us who she is or fade away, and she consistently has brought out her personality.
Crystal is on an upward swing, and we love.
The judges are noticing, everyone's noticing, Crystal could be the dark horse at this point. The only frontrunner that isn't Gigi. Widow Von Du as Vampire Madonna.
She was Vampire Madonna. She had a little injury. We found out that wild split that she did in week 1 was not without its consequences. She cut her knee open. I really liked her confidence and her swagger, and she definitely had the moves, you know? She said she was a dancer, and we saw that. Forever Heidi.
Heidi as Forever Madonna.
Heidi in the rehearsal totally nailed the choreography. She looked great. And then when she did the actual performance, she did a good job. She was funny, but I didn't think it was necessarily going to be top.
Not only was she not a great singer, but she didn't really embody her Madonna either. And I think that combination of elements really took me out of it, at least.
Sexy, not afraid to flaunt it.
MADONNA.
She did have some cool moves, but I'm pretty sure most of her moves were just lifted from the I'm That Bitch choreography.
So we're gonna take it to the runway.
Take it to the runway.
Category is Night of 1,000 Michelle Visages, aka Joyce Leslie on parade.
Jan, first on the runway as Glamazonian Michelle. Oh, I love this look. All the details were on point. Flawless runway.
It was great. It was sexy. It suited Jan. The boobs look very real. Or, well, you know what I mean.
As real as Michelle's were back then.
One last question. Can your breast be used as a flotation device?
Absolutely, if you pull hard enough.
Then we had Jackie as All-Stars Michelle. And this was like a classic Michelle Visage look. Classic, over the top.
Jackie had amazing attention to detail on the runway this week, and I think the runway might have saved what was a bit of a lackluster performance in the Rusical. I saw a meme about this, and I can't unsee it. Every time I see Jackie in drag, I just think of the mom from Bob's Burgers.
Okay, let me just go spray my hair one more time and then I'm ready.
Yes! Then we had Soul System Michelle Visage, which I had to look up. That was a Michelle Visage deep cut.
Gigi picking up Michelle look from before she was born.
She was blonde. It was very simple, but it was well put together. And the nails were like out of control.
Such a bold move from Gigi too. During the Michelle Visage challenge, Michelle's always the one that's like, don't rely on that body, and Gigi comes out naked. So next we have Britta coming up on the runway.
Britta came out in the season 10 finale dress, this beautiful blue dress and glasses. And I thought the fit was really great. I thought it looked really great on her body, showed off all the curves. It was really nice. Except the one small detail that I wouldn't have noticed that Michelle pointed out was that the earrings were very different. It does seem nitpicky, but at the same time, I could see how you want to get the small details.
Carson kind of called that out. He's like,
it's a pretty simple look. It's glasses, earrings, and the dress. And now the earrings are kind of taking us away from how great all the rest of it is.
Next up is Jada.
Jada Essence Hall as the All-Stars icon look with the big giant icon necklace there. And she looked like a badass. She looked smoking.
I love this look. Jada keeps slaying the runways. It was like last week when we were saying we want the competition to thin out so we can see Jan more. I'd love to see Jada in another design challenge. So next runway was Crystal.
Crystal had a RuPaul show look, which they dubbed Lady in Red, and she looked great. It was awesome.
Crystal had a strong night all around. Widow Von Du.
Widow. This was another look from the RuPaul show, which they called Starry Starry Michelle. For some reason, I don't know what it is. I love this hair on Widow.
It seemed appropriately tacky for a Michelle Visage challenge.
I don't know about the shoes though. That's the only thing. I think sometimes the looks that Widow does on the runway don't seem to go all the way to the floor. And then we've got one more, which is Heidi on the set of Towie, which I also had to look up. The only way is Essex. It's an acronym for that. It's a British reality show, FYI.
I personally like how she took something like Michelle's hair and caricaturized it. Instead of going for an exact recreation, she kind of put her Heidi spin on it, kind of dragged it out, so to speak. Michelle didn't agree.
I think the only issue for me would be the hair. It was more textured because I don't want it to look like a globe on my head.
She got a little buoyancy to her, you know.
This week, we had 2 guest judges, one being supermodel Winnie Harlow. She was a little jealous when Gigi was on stage.
I think she was a little afraid, is Gigi gonna come for my gig?
I thought, is that my new competition in the modeling world?
And the other being Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AKA AOC.
AOC.
You know me.
You are right exactly as you are. Just share you with us.
Jackie thanking Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez for all the work she's done.
Seeing you working in Congress and in solidarity with Congresswoman Tlaib and Congresswoman Omar gives me so much hope.
I think Jackie just said what a lot of us were thinking. So then we get to the tops and the bottoms. The top 3 are Jan, Gigi, and Crystal.
The bottom was Jackie, Britta, and Heidi.
So they all get their critiques, and then Ru turns to Jan, and Jan is bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, looking at her, and hears those fateful words.
You are safe. You may join the other girls.
As soon as she was told she was safe, I snapped.
I love Gigi. I think she did a fantastic job. But in this particular challenge, Jan executed it so effortlessly. It was unbelievable.
You can tell she snapped. This is her Joker origin story.
I used to think that my life was a tragedy, but now I realize
you are safe.
It's a comedy.
You could just tell that look on her face of like, if I don't win this challenge, will I win anything else?
Yeah, what am I doing here? Since all these queens have come together in one group, only 2 people have won competitions, and one of them is Gigi.
Congratulations, you are the winner of this week's challenge.
They usually seem to spread out the wins a little bit and give us a little bit of variety. You want to see some stakes, right?
Jan was robbed. If you also agree that she was robbed, comment below and let us know how much you loved her performance. We stand Jan. Justice for Jan.
But let's be honest, guys. I think we know who the real winner of this challenge was. It was Jan's rehearsal short shorts. Facts are facts.
Love me a pair of Jan shorts. So moving on from Jan and Gigi and Crystal, at the bottom, we have Britta, Heidi, and Jackie. Jackie is safe this week. She gets to leave the stage, and the lip sync is between Britta and Heidi. This is Britta's 3rd lip sync in the last 4 weeks.
It's one of those things where no matter how Britta performed, I think at that point, it becomes like a cumulative thing.
Britta's already at a disadvantage. She has to bring it more than Heidi, and she didn't.
Sometimes it's just time. You just see that someone's run on the show has come to a natural stopping point.
Yeah, I don't think they could have kept her another week.
I'm a little sad. I'm kind of like playing it off like I'm happy, but this is just the beginning.
It was definitely sad to see her leave. It broke my heart a little bit when she said, I'm keeping it in, you know, I'm smiling. I think Britta expected to do a lot better than she actually did in this competition.
She thought it was kind of like RuPaul's Most Famous race. And she just got routed by some of these girls that were like in the right mindset the entire time.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
She's definitely got a career outside of Drag Race already.
Does she? I didn't know. Do you know what city she works in?
I'm not sure. I think it might be New York City.
Everyone who knows drag in New York City knows who Britta is. I have 7 shows a week in New York City.
You're from New York City!
Yes! My sister from NYC.
Oh my God! 3 New York City queens so far.
My name is Britta, and I am the Queen of New York City.
Britta is now gone. Heidi lip synced for her life. I think that brings us to our standings. So Gigi wins yet again, giving her 2 points and keeping her in first place with 8 points. She is running away with this competition. Next, we have Jada and Widow, both coasting off their first week wins with 3 points each. Jackie loses a point, but still stays right behind them with 2 points. Jan is tied with her with 2 points. Crystal is at -1, and Heidi, after lip syncing twice in the last 3 weeks, is at -3 points. On to our power rankings. These are the rankings from just the last 3 weeks. Gigi still has the top spot with 5 points. Jan is behind her with 2 points. Jackie and Widow behind her with 1 point each. Jada and Crystal at 0 points. And Heidi at -4 in the last 3 weeks. Bringing up the rear.
Conclusion. So that is it. Now we throw it to you. Tell us what you thought of episode 7, and if you're liking our show, please share, like, and subscribe to MsMojo.
You can check us out on Instagram at MsWatchMojo. You can check me out on Instagram at TheBeatEasy or on Twitter at BeatEasy.
We'll see you again next Sunday morning. Until then, take care.
Bye.
Bye.